excuse me, what you need today is your weights, whatever you're using. You don't have to have anything but cans, tins, bottles, dumbbells, whatever it is that you've got. Something for the floor if you've not got carpet and you want to protect maybe your elbows. And if you're new to this, then perhaps a chair. So thanks very much for being here. I just see who's commented already. Good morning, Carolyn. Nice to see you here. Okay, so we're going to work with a 45 seconds and a 15. So we're upping the time. Morning, Mindy. We're upping the time from last week. Last week we were easing ourselves in gently. We're going to start with a plank to pike. So we're getting down on the floor. Now, please, please, please go to the albums in this hub, and you'll see a warm-up and a cool-down video. I would love it if you've already tried to at least flex your spine, move along. Hi Facebook user, good morning. You've just got to tell StreamYard who you are. I'm using StreamYard as additional software. It's not actually Facebook I'm in. You see it in Facebook, but there's something else behind it so that I can get to you. And you've just got to click, there's a link above this post that says just click, let StreamYard know who you are, and then I can say good morning to you by name. But if you don't, then it'll just say Facebook user. But I'm glad you're here. It's always nice to have eyes and bodies and people interacting. So plank to pike. If you're new to this and your core isn't that great, or you're worried about your back, then use a tabletop, use a chair, put your hands on the pad of the chair or the table, and you do your plank to pike from this position and push back so you've got that back flat. So you get that lovely stretch down the back and the lovely stretch down the hamstrings. Right, without further ado, let's get going so you can get in the shower and get on with your day. Okay, let me put the timer on. And let us go. So, plank to pike. You can be on your hands, lift up the tailbone, onto the tiptoes, come back. If you're someone who prefers to be on their elbows, whether you've got a wrist issue, or you can be in this position, as long as your elbows are underneath your shoulders, and you're holding your core tight, and you're not dipping that back, and you're lifting up that tailbone rather than just pushing back, lift up. So your choice. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Back on your feet. Getting up and getting down today, half the workout. So you've got forward lunges. You can hold weights down by your side if you want extra. And we're just going to alternate the legs. So you're going to step forward, dropping the back knee down, making sure you feel that you're on tram lines, so the double yellow line rather than trying to walk the tightrope. And from the side, you've got that front knee tracking that ankle, the back knee's dropping down, and your back is staying tall. I see this all the time in lunges where people are just kind of rolling forward. That's normally an indication that your hip flexors are tight or your knees aren't quite happy. So focus on not the depth, but actually the mechanics and the form of the lunge, rather than thinking, oh, I've got to do what everybody else is doing. Well done. Okay, squat to tiptoe. Now again, if you're not used to squatting, have your chair behind you, have a sit down, come up onto the tiptoe and reach. If you want to use a weight, you can squat, tiptoe reach, squat, tiptoe reach. You can take everything away, use your chair behind you, sit down, up on the tiptoe. When you squat, collapse the hip at the pelvis, push back. Don't just sit through the knee and lose your bottom. You've got to use the tailbone and collapse. Put your little fingers as blades there and make sure that movement happens first. So squat, tiptoe reach, squat, tiptoe reach. Good job. A few more seconds to go. And you can have a rest on me. Okay, there you go. So we're doing another plank with a shoulder tap. So again, if you're new, use your tabletop or chair and do your plank tap from here. If you are used to planking, you can be down on the floor. Again, you could use your knees here. Off we go. Opposite hand to opposite shoulder, keeping the wrist underneath the shoulder, the knees behind the back flat, or, of course, into your full plank. Now, if you are in full plank, this is all about stability and control. So the head is steady, and you don't want lots of this kind of twisty movement at the pelvis. So widen the feet if you want more stability. Narrow the feet if you think, actually, I can do this. I want to make it a little bit more challenging. As I said, you could go to the knees you can use a chair or tabletop, but you're still steady. You don't want the hands right out here. Hands are underneath the shoulder. And rest. Okay, again, you can be on the floor here, or you can be on your chair. If you're on your chair, lifting the legs straight up, straight out. If you're on the floor, we're going to, need some more room here, lift the leg and lower, lift the leg and lower, lift and lower. So it's a real straight leg. I'll move back a bit now. You're in that plank, lift, lower. Squeezing the bottom, pushing through the back of the knee, no floppy legs. You could be on your elbows for this. You could actually be on your knees for this. Extend the leg, lift and lower. Extend it, lift and lower. But extend it first, then lift, then lower. That's a beautiful controlled move for the bottom. Less pressure. So you've got options here. You can play this again, you can rewind, you can do it some more and adapt it for the level that you're at. Okay, for the arms, palms towards me, and then keep them straight, ooh, and go right over the head, so the palms are always facing me, facing away from you. Straight arm, windmill, captures a really lovely part of the shoulder, the arms, the abs, breathing out through the mouth. Make sure, if you can, that the weights aren't too heavy. It may be that usually for your arms you do go heavier than this, but you may just be capturing some of your rotator cuff muscles that don't maybe get used so often. Oh, I'm warm in here today. Makes a nice change. Okay, have a rest. Okay, military press seesaw. So palms are going to be towards me, alternating in that fluid kind of seesaw position. Okay, so we push one up, but as the other one's coming down, the other one lifts up. Biceps to the ears, so your elbows meet your face. Elbows come right down to the waist. You've got that full range of movement. Feet are underneath you. It's a silent assassin, this little workout. Hope you're doing it with me. Hope you find a chance to squeeze it into your day. If you don't find all of it, find some of it. We should all, but particularly women, we should all be lifting and moving to work with our metabolism, to create lean muscle mass, to get shape. We're not going to do that by just losing weight if that's what your plan is. It's not going to happen. Okay, the kick back. So we're going to hinge back flat, slight kink to the knee, lift up the elbows and then kick back with the hands, working the bingo wing, the beloved bingo wing. Okay, we hinge, we lift, and then we push back. Just the lower part of the arm. So from the front, your shoulders are square, your palms are in. Try not to look forward. I know I do, to look at you guys and to see what's happening on my screens. But you don't have to. You want your neck as an extension of your spine. Suck the abs back to spine so you're protecting your back. And it's just that lower part of the arm that's moving. Everything else remains static. If it gets too much, alternate. That's another beautiful exercise to do with nothing in your hand, just really squeezing through the back of the arm so that you get used to that movement. Just slow it down Okay, grab your weight horizontally or nothing. It's helpful to have something, even if it's super light, as we just tick-tock or Saxon bend from one side to the other. So you imagine you're sandwiched between a couple of panes of glass. If you have something in your hand, it just helps keep the hands a consistent shoulder width apart. When you don't have anything in your hands, that tends to happen. So maybe just clasp them together is the better way to do it. But try and relax these shoulders down, away from the ears. Whew. Ooh. Great for the muffin top. Breathe. Easy to hold your breath in that one and relax. Same weight. We're going to gently, not quite lunge, but step forward and wood chop. So you drop the weight down the side of the leg that is forward. So you step forward, the back knee bends. You can bring that weight up. You don't have to, but if you do, you're loading the abs a little bit more. Breathing out, that back heel has to lift. You can't do this trying to hold that position. The back heel lifts, both knees are soft. Good job, keep going, come on, we've only got one more move, I think. Yes, one more move. Good stuff. Working the waist, the obliques, the shoulders, the arms, 5 seconds. If you can't manage the same time as I'm doing, don't worry. Stop. Have a rest, have a longer rest, have a rest now, and come back to it. Okay, one more move, plank hold. You can just hold it here on your chair, worktop, wherever. You can come to the floor, use the hands or the elbows, and just hold. So hands under the shoulders, up on the tiptoes, body weight forward, neck's an extension of the spine. You're pushing through the back of the knees. You're squeezing those butt cheeks and you're holding it as steady as you can. Try not to fidget. We only want to fidget to make it easier. Come on, you've really got this in the bag now. You've only got another 15 seconds to go. Stay with it if you can. Always feel free to drop to the knees, or if you want to, just drop a knee and then another knee. 3, 2, 1, you're done. Well done. That's it, all done. You can feel smug now that you have completed something hugely beneficial and you're ready to tackle your day. Feel free to do it again. Feel free to join me now on my main page. I've got 5 minutes of low intensity and I'll be back in the main Facebook page at 12:30 with some healthy habits. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.